We turn our attention back to section 1 of the draw then, or quarter number 1, if you will. Because now we see who plays either Johnny Clayton or Ross Smith. The winner of this one. It's interesting, isn't it? Because Jermaine Wattimena yesterday came through Brendan Dolan. He looked pretty impressive in averaging mid-90s by 6 legs to 3. But Joyce stole the headlines on the main stage yesterday, taking out Gerwin Price. Yeah, Ryan Joyce is not really bothered. He'll throw at anything. Whether it's straight or wonky, he doesn't care. But I always like it when these things are attended to right at the start, Murph.
Yeah, I think we know where the first start went from Wattimena there, because he just joked put it back to our experienced referee, Russ Bray. This pair have met 3 times before, but not since 2019. And both players have had a bit of a slide, but now might be back on the up again since then.
Yeah, that's fair to say. 2020 saw Ryan Joyce win his first PDC title, but he hasn't won another one since. And he's had some ups and downs since then, especially at the World Championship. But as far as the World Championship is concerned, we'll talk about that and Ryan Joyce when this match gets underway.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Jermaine to throw first. Game on!
Game is underway, and just as it does get underway, I can tell you Ross Smith and Johnny Clayton is also in progress over on the main stage, the newly crowned European champion. Smith leads 2-1.
Now, Ryan Joyce, who over the last couple of years has had,
100.
to say it in a nice way, mixed fortunes at the World Championships that he's played in. Well, this year he's not even qualified for it. He was number 33 in the qualifying list, so he missed out by £250. So essentially he's missed out by 1 game.
And interestingly, I don't wish to reopen a debate here, but some people have suggested that the space that was still available, that was awarded to the winner of the Women's World Match Play, Fallon Sherrock, should have just gone to the next in the world rankings.
I disagree
that would have
completely.
been Ryan Joyce.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Because Ryan knew, and I'm not making this about Ryan, by the way, I'm making this about the 33rd spot in that list. The 33rd person in that list knew they weren't qualifying for the World Championship. It's as simple as that. So for anybody to say that Ryan has been cost a spot, it's poppycock. What he's going to do is he's going to go to the qualifier on Monday and try and get his way in that way.
Yeah, there is a last chance for the professional darts players to qualify for the World Championship held in Barnsley on Monday. Wattimena takes the first chance in this match. And the players in it, Ryan Joyce included, will be hoping that they have to make an overnight drive to Barnsley, won't they, having gone deep into this tournament?
Well, let's look at where Ryan Joyce is in the rankings, shall we? Because, well, he might not have to go to Barnsley. If Ryan Joyce was to get to the final of this tournament, he could sneak into the top 32 in the world. So there you go, Ryan. You got 2 chances.
58.
As far as Wattimena's concerned, he's comfortably in. He was the number 12 in the list. And quite frankly, we've barely spoken about him this year. He's just plodded along and found his right form at the end of the year.
Yeah, pretty good end to the season, Jermaine Wattimena. Pretty good end to the season. Ross Smith, who's now 3-1 up on Johnny Clayton.
Wow. European champion flying. Well, let's talk about that qualifier that Joyce is going to on Monday, because the amount of people that are going to it who you think, well, surely they're in the Worlds, but they're not. How about Ryan Joyce, Jeffrey Desvaughn, Ian White, Scott Waits, Jeff Smith, Andy Bolton, John Henderson, Max Hopp, Rusty Jake Rodriguez. Wow, what a list. Good luck to everybody going, by the way.
Response from Ryan. Leaves double 16. Usually so effective on that target. And when he doesn't get it, he normally gets the one next door.
Is it just me, or does he look like he's got more hair these days? Has he been getting the same hair mousse as Joe Cullen?
57.
I'm not joking either. It actually looks like he's got more hair. Is he just combing it forward? Going full Terry Jenkins style from the old days.
Just a little look of Terry Jenkins. If you just did one of those sort of, you know, you get the head of one dart player, the eyes of another, the nose of one, and you put that Ryan Joyce forehead on, you might actually guess at Terry Jenkins.
Just a simple comb forward with the fringe trimmed.
I think he looks very smart.
No, I think he's brilliant. Ryan's a great guy. Likes a bit of golf, loves to play darts.
Likes a bit of Tetris as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it. He's just a very unassuming, lovely bloke.
97.
I like to call him the Northeast's Chizzy. Because he hasn't got an enemy in the world. He's just silent when he plays you. Doesn't say anything. And he's dynamite on a dartboard, usually. I think this is probably his most disappointing season since he got his tour card, but things can be rescued.
Chizzy against Scott Williams, by the way, one of the standout ties to come here on stage 2. Do stay with us or tune in for that if you're flicking between the action. That one about an hour away. We've got Martijn Kleermaker against Matt Campbell between this and that.
There's potential here for a break and throw for Joyce. It does like a bullseye, he's just got to get there. And he's got a shot at it. Wasn't far off.
You require 48.
Double 16 then. Double 8.
32.
Now there's an opportunity for a break.
Ryan required 25.
I don't think Jermaine was that pleased with his arm position when he threw that dart. Hence the reaction. You can't give Ryan a look at this part of the board. Who said it? Chris Murphy said it 3 minutes ago.
Game on.
I'm sure that Gerwin Price felt it yesterday as well. The world number 1 knocked out by this man. Last leg decider.
Did you see the reaction of Price when he lost as well? He was internally disappointed, but he showed real magnanimous nature at the end, congratulating Ryan for the victory. There was no nastiness, no petulance, no nothing. That was a really good way of ending that match. I know Ryan and Gerwin would say that they didn't play their best stuff, but ultimately, if you look at the stats from the game, it wasn't that bad.
11 legs, 95 average.
100.
It was just a really comical last leg, where Ryan Joyce, we say he's brilliant in the bottom left corner. He was actually quite fortunate to hit the double 8 to win the match. He almost did double 16.
93.
Wattimena average just over 94 in a more comfortable win when he beat Brendan Dolan.
82.
Winner of this match again will face the winner of the match currently on the main stage. Smith against Clayton. That's Ross Smith.
60.
If Johnny Clayton goes out, it's a bit of a nightmare for the Welsh in a span of about 28 hours.
Well, the Ferret has fought back to 3-3.
Ryan, you require 150.
Somebody in the crowd's getting daggers from the machine gun there.
Although he did mention yesterday, he does tend to look for someone, doesn't he, in the crowd?
Not over there. Not over there.
Why doesn't he ask them where they're sitting before he goes on stage? That would help.
It's usually to his left. That's where the VIPs, the managers, the partners tend to sit.
Is that the
to
same
their
in
left.
In stage 2?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Double 11. Next door neighbour of double 8.
It looks like a half-decent guide as well.
Game
And he's used it expertly. And he's halfway there. Jermaine Wattimena had flung the first dart in the treble 20 before Russ Bray had even told him he was throwing first.
Ryan Joyce is the second highest ranked player in the world who is not in the World Championship right now. Ian White is the highest at 38.
42.
We haven't even seen Ian White here because he didn't qualify for this either. Devin Peterson is the next one, and he will be going to the qualifier.
That is a name that gives me a reaction that is a word including just 2 letters.
58.
One of them twice. Wow. Ian White didn't qualify for the Players' Championship Finals, a 64-man field. A man who's hoovered up Players' Championship tournaments year after year. Didn't make it.
What Ian's thinking right now is take 2022, bury it 10 feet into the ground for it never to be seen again, and then 2023 starts again.
59.
I really hope Ian White returns to form next year, because when Ian's playing well, he's magnificent to watch.
Well, I've just seen there, Jermaine Wattimena not just look at somebody, but do the old fingers on lips motion there, telling them to shush.
57. Mainly require 100.
I'm not really an advocate for that. That was somewhat
Tongue-in-cheek.
in jest,
Yeah.
of course, because I used to do it quite a lot.
Yeah, usually when the whole crowd was roaring for your opponent.
They'll be roaring for Ryan if he gets a max, and he does.
I think he's just picking a fight with one person, not the entire audience, Paul.
Oh, well, he's got that right then.
Hasn't
He
got
hasn't
that
got that
right.
right.
They said in tandem
Ryan
as Ryan
requires
Joyce
24.
returns.
He's gradually working his way around the board clockwise. 8s, 11s, 12s.
No score.
That would have been the most impressive hit of the lot,
Mainly
because
require
everything was blocked.
32.
And maybe the most important hit of the lot.
28.
Or maybe that's the most important miss of the lot.
Well, that was a great camera angle, actually, because he's not following through properly. He's prodding the air. He's not forcing the dart out of his throat. He's actually prodding the air with a tentative nature.
Ryan to throw first.
Well, let's see if we can get a closer look at the throw of Wattimena when he returns to the hockey. There you see the full extension of the arm from Ryan Joyce. So that's what you should do.
Yeah, there's a real snap about that.
100.
The arm is fully extended. But in those shots at doubles, now Jermaine likes to place them through the air, but the follow through there was a lot fuller than it was on the doubles. His arm was a lot more curved.
And he's not nicknamed the machine gun for no reason. He is rapid, Jermaine Wattimena, and he was switching
80.
from the southwest to the northeast of the dartboard.
58.
Tried to do it at the same pace. Sometimes these quicker players might be better advised to just take a moment.
There was a lot made, especially by Rod Harrington at the end of his commentary career, about the switch from double 18 to double 9. And yes, that's not the ideal switch, but double 8 to double 4 is just as, if not harder, because it's not on the same level. And imagine if you go from 8 to 4 to 2. That, in rhythm, is the hardest 2 switch that you've got on the board, in my opinion. Apart from maybe 12-6-3, but as a right-hander, I find that quite comfortable.
Well, I don't know about you, Paul, but I'm really liking Ryan's rhythm in this match. He's not getting caught up. He's playing at exactly the perfect pace for him.
He's the boss,
Game
and he has got himself a 5-1 lead against Wattimena.
Yeah, no doubt about who the better player is in this match. Ryan Joyce is
85.
playing at a very high standard, averaging around the 95 mark. Wattimena only just a shade over 80.
$58.
Do you remember that game that Ryan had at last year's Worlds? He was 2 sets to 0 up,
100.
and he ended up losing 3-2. I'm just going to research who it was against, because I feel like I should know this off by heart. Was it Mervyn King?
96.
It was.
I do remember, yep, do remember.
Yeah, in the first round, he won by 3
44.
sets to 2 against Roman Benecki of Czechia. And it was a good game. He was tested. And then in the next round, Joyce was flying. 2 sets to 0 up, and then he lost 3 sets to 2 to Merv. And I remember him leaving the stage. He looked like someone had just taken his heart out of his chest.
96.
Well, it's beating again here.
I just wonder if that's had an effect on his whole season, you know. It might have given him a little bit of scar tissue in the memory department. Well, he seems to be building himself back up to a much more reliable, resilient individual. It's great to watch.
He's giving. Jermaine Wattimena.
Ryan requires 67.
An old-fashioned battering here. And he's fashioned a match-winning chance.
As I say in Geordie land, he's going to get walloped.
35.
Well, that would have been for the
Ryan
walloping.
requires 78.
Well, let's see what he's like on the double this time. Double six, it's another switch.
Game shown the
It's in.
7th leg. Jermaine Wattimena.
Do you know what? By his reaction, I thought he'd missed at first.
Game on.
He gave us a full-on Johnny Clayton stare down the lens there as well. Is that the only chance that Ryan's going to get to win the match?
60.
Or can he carve out some more? Usually, all he needs is one shot at double 16 to win a match. I think statistics prove that he is definitely one of the best double 16 hitters on the planet.
Ryan Joyce one away here. Johnny Clayton now one away on the main stage. 5-4 up against Ross Smith.
99.
The ferret finds a way, doesn't he?
That's in the nature. Whether it's a tunnel, a trouser leg, a darts match.
Next match on that stage is the number 2 seed, Luke Humphries, who won the very first Players' Championship event of
96.
2022, looking to win the very last Players' Championship event as well.
Yeah, that's true.
He takes on Mike De Decker, the Belgian real deal.
I think if you'd have said to Luke that when he won the first one, that would be the only one he'd win out of the 30, he would have said, that's balmy.
Yeah, but if you then said you'll win 4 Euro Tours, I think he'd have taken it.
Yeah.
Require 164.
His world ranking has swollen to 5. Ooh, bullseye! And it could be that route for Joyce.
It could be 3 bullseyes.
Oh, he does like 3 bulls, doesn't he?
Let us down, Ryan.
Well, he was the one that was defending that route to the hill for about 3 seasons with Dan Dawson. Now he doesn't even use it.
He actually did it in a last leg decider at a Players' Championship floor event against John Henderson.
21.
Henderson thought it was disrespectful, but then Ryan had to tell him, no, I just always go that way, John.
Is he going bull on the 94? Yes. Probably should have done that on the 150. Double 16, 1 shot. Oh, and he's gone the other side.
Jermaine requires 16. Game showing the
And we
8th
go
leg.
into another leg.
Wattimena.
2 shots missed at double 16 now in 2 different legs.
Game on.
And Joyce has got someone on the comeback trail again.
I'm not sure either player knows how this darts match is still going on.
60.
It's not as if Joyce has missed that double 16 by much. Why is it on the outside the first time? Why is it on the inside the next time?
60.
It's a last leg shootout between Smith and Clayton now. 5-all on the main stage.
100.
Mentioned Humphries De Decker to follow here on the second stage is Martijn Kleermaker against Matt Campbell, the Ginger Ninja of Canada.
45.
You know, I was talking about the World Championship from last year and how Ryan was disposed of by Merv. I'd totally forgotten that Jermaine Wattimena was beaten by Boris Koltsov by 3-0.
Yeah, it was only
58.
9 to 12 months ago that he was looking in real trouble. His game was totally out of shape. Really has turned it around towards the final third of this season.
It's the kind of thing you need to do every now and again because career curves are not going to be straight.
Well, this match is his year manifest, isn't it? Jermaine Wattimena as Joyce whacks in a 180, but it only gets him back in the same ballpark as his opponent because he was completely out of shape just 10 minutes ago, and suddenly he's turned things around.
1 more chance to win the match. This time possibly at double 19. 1 dart at double 19. Oh, what a way to win it! He couldn't hit his favourite double, but he goes and wins it with a massive out. Wattimena thought, I've got you, I'm coming for you. But he was stopped in his tracks by Joyce, who makes the last 16. He might not be in the Worlds yet, but he's in the last 16 in Minehead for the Players' Championship Finals in 2022. An incredible way to finish. An exclamation point on that game, and Joyce will be back a little bit later. Well, we're all going to take a collective breath, and when we come back, we've got more action coming your way in the shape of Matt Campbell and the very swift Martijn Kleermaker. Don't go far.